if you want to make it as a freelancer, you need to get used to rejection. Hi, I'm Bruno. I'm the founder of Freelance Growth Academy, where I help freelancers to get started in this path and also make more money as a freelancer. And in this video, I have a tough message for anyone who's thinking about becoming a freelancer, or maybe you are a beginner in freelancing and you're just starting to get your first client and then find your first obstacles. And this message is for you, because if you're an experienced freelancer, you know this that I'm about to say. But if you're new, this is going to be very tough for you to hear, but it's also extremely important for you to understand this. As a freelancer, you need to get used to being rejected. You will get rejected way more often than you will be accepted or that you will succeed. I'm talking about sending proposals and then having meetings with clients, submitting your jobs for approval, trying to get hired for a job. Every time you do something like that, the chances are stacked against you, okay? Every time you submit a proposal for a job, chances are against you. The odds are against you, okay? Especially as a beginner. I'm a very experienced freelancer. I've been doing this for 13 years. So I'm very good at what I do, digital marketing. I've been freelancing for a very long time. I know the ins and outs of freelancing, but still, to this day, I just made a video last week sharing that I sent 20 proposals on Upwork because I wanted to get new jobs, so I sent 20 proposals. I got back from 5 of them. So I got 5 interviews scheduled for this week. Already did some of those interviews. So 5 interviews from 20 proposals. That's good. That's 25%. That's very, very good. But that's me. I've been doing this for 13 years. I'm a top-rated freelancer on Upwork. I have 100% job success score. Lots of 5-star reviews. My profile is amazing. Okay, if you see my profile, you want to hire me. And I got 25% response from clients. It's very, very good. Okay. As a beginner, don't expect anything close to that. Okay, don't even expect 10% as a beginner. When I was just starting out, I wouldn't have to send 50 proposals before I get one interview. And this is the reality of the game. If you don't understand this, you know what will happen? You will start feeling like every proposal you send deserves a response. You start feeling like every meeting you go, every interview, you should get hired. You will start to feel entitled. You will start to feel like you deserve it. And that you're the best that they can find, and they're stupid for not hiring you. And you start feeling like a rock star. And then when all those things fail, when they don't get back to you, when they reschedule the interview and then hire someone else, when they don't even read your proposals, and it just sits in their inbox. When they try to negotiate on price and they go too low for you to even consider. When that happens, you know what will happen? You will start feeling like you're not cut out for this, that you're not good enough, that you should just quit, and you will give up. You will give up. If you're not expecting failure, if you don't understand the statistics of the game of freelancing, it's just the numbers. It's a numbers game for beginners especially. If you don't understand that and you think everything will be smooth sailing, all roses and butterflies, you know what will happen? You will give up. And when you give up, you're just guaranteeing failure. And that's when you actually fail. When you give up, you fail. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I don't know who said that, Michael Jordan, someone. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So when you give up, when you quit, that's when you fail. Sending 20 proposals and not hearing back from clients, that's not failure. That's just statistics. That's numbers, okay? That will happen. There are millions of freelancers who are just as skilled as you or maybe more skilled than you, applying for the same jobs, especially if you're using platforms like Upwork. Upwork is great, okay? Don't get me wrong. Upwork is, in my opinion, the absolute best way, hands down, for new freelancers to start getting clients. Absolute best way. There's no better way than Upwork, in my opinion. However, it's a numbers game. So you need to send hundreds of proposals. I'm not saying dozens, I'm saying hundreds of proposals. And I'm talking about well thought of proposals. So you think about the proposal, you read the client briefing, you do a little research, you write the proposal, you don't just use a copy-paste template, you put your heart and soul into it. And then 95% of the times, they will just ignore you as a beginner, okay? But these are the rules of the game. You need to understand this, okay? If you think you're gonna bet 100%, if you think you're gonna win every time you try, if you think you're gonna score every job you apply to, you're just delusional. You're delusional, and you're up for massive disappointment. You're going to fail. That's going to happen. Failure is a given, okay? As a freelancer, failure is a given. Clients won't be happy with the work you deliver. You will need to do it again. Clients won't hire you. Clients will just miss interviews and then hire someone else. Clients will try to bargain with you and then end up hiring someone from a God knows where country that's willing to work for $2 an hour. And you will be frustrated, you will be disappointed, you will feel like you're doing everything wrong, but you're not. It's just the nature of the game. So if you want to make it as a freelancer, you need to understand that once and for all. Get used to it. Get used to being rejected, okay? I always say this. I'm extremely talented at what I do. I'm very, very good. I know that because I'm a part of many mastermind groups, many Facebook groups of digital marketers, many paid coaching programs. And I see what these other high-level freelancers are doing, and I'm doing just as well. So I know I'm top level in my field. Okay, I'm not good at everything, but I'm very good at digital marketing. I know that for sure. My clients tell me that. The feedback they share with me is that I'm the best they've ever hired. And even me, at the top of my ivory tower, gets rejected 75% of the times. So I miss 75% of the shots I take. If we're talking about sending proposals or attending interviews. So from those 20 proposals that I sent on Upwork last week, I was invited for 5 interviews. 25%, that's incredible. If you ever get to 25%, you are an all-star player, okay? 25% for me. From those 5 interviews, just based on my experience, I'll probably get hired for 1 or 2 of those jobs. 20 proposals, 1 or 2 new clients, okay? Potentially, maybe 0, but potentially 1 or 2, just based on my experience. As a beginner, don't expect anything close to that. You will send 100 proposals, get invited to maybe 2 or 3 interviews. Maybe you get hired, maybe you don't. You need to send another 100 proposals. That will cost you connects. If you're using Upwork or any other platform, you usually need to pay for tokens that you spend when you send applications. They do that to avoid spammers. That's good. That's actually a good thing, because then you're not talking to clients who are receiving hundreds of applications. They're just receiving dozens of applications. So you will spend hundreds of connects. I received a message, I don't remember if it was a comment on my blog or a comment here on YouTube, just a couple of days ago. A guy watched my videos, sent I think like 50 proposals, spent all of his connects, didn't get any clients. And he was complaining, oh, I didn't get any clients, sent 50 proposals, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong, mate. I mean, if you watch my videos, if you read my posts and you understand what a profile is supposed to look like, what a proposal is supposed to look like, how should you be applying, how should you be selecting the jobs you apply to, if you understand all of that and you're doing what I say, you're not doing anything wrong. Chances are you're doing everything right. It's just that it's a numbers game and it's stacked against you heavily. Now, obviously, you need to have the basics right. So if you don't even know how to set up a profile on Upwork that clients actually pay attention to, that attracts the client's attention, then take my course. I have a course, it's not expensive, it's a cheap course for beginners The link is in the description. It's called How to Build a 5-Star Profile on Upwork. So that's like the first step, number 1. Well, number 0 is create an account on Upwork. It's free. You need to get approved. That's the first thing you need to do. Second thing you need to do, step number 1, is watching my course and learning how to build a solid, strong profile on Upwork. If you don't do that, then you're gonna miss 100% of the shots. But if you do that, if you build a nice profile, and then if you read my article about how to send amazing proposals, the link is also in the description. So now maybe you have a good profile, you're sending good proposals, and then you're watching my video. So check the card on the top right, I think. The 5 red flags, so the jobs you need to avoid. So if you're avoiding those 5 jobs, you have a nice profile, you're sending nice proposals, now you're in the playing field. Okay, so now maybe you have a chance. Now maybe you send 100 proposals and you get invited to a couple of interviews. Okay, if you don't do that, then 0% chance. And that's what most freelancers experience. Okay, most of the freelancers I talk to or that I see on Upwork, they have 0 jobs. Why? They have a terrible profile, they're sending terrible proposals, they're sending applications to the wrong jobs. You can send 1,000 proposals and never get back from a client, never hear from a client with 1,000 proposals if you don't do the basics right. But after you get the basics out of the way, now you're in the playing field, now you have a chance. You still need to face massive failure most of the time. 90% of the time you're failing, 5% of the time, 2% of the time you're winning. But when you win, you're making money, okay? And that's a client that you can keep for the long term. If you do a good job, you can keep the client for the long run. And then you have a 5-star review from that client. It's easier for you to get the next client after you have a 5-star review. So now maybe you get a 3 or 4% success rate. And now you have 2 clients paying you for your jobs. And now maybe you have a 5 to 10% success rate. And then eventually you get to a point where you have lots of 5-star reviews, 100% job success score or close to that. It's very hard to get 100%. Maybe you get a 95% job success score. You become a top-rated freelancer after 6 months maybe. And then you get to a point where every 10 proposals you send, you get 2 job interviews. That's like roughly where I am right now. 10 proposals, 2 job interviews. 50 proposals, you get 10 job interviews. You can get maybe 3 or 4 clients and make serious money, life-changing money, like full-time income. Life-changing, if you're a beginner, obviously. You're not gonna become a millionaire as a freelancer, but you can make a couple $1,000s a month easily if you just follow what I teach you here. So these are the basic steps, and this is what you need to understand. Failure is a given. You need to get used to rejection if you dream of ever making a full-time income as a freelancer. If you want to make $5,000 a month, you can. It's not a problem. As long as you follow the steps that I teach you, watch the videos, read the articles, implement, but this video I'm talking about mindset. You need to be prepared for failure. Don't expect failure. Obviously, be optimistic, be positive about it. Know that eventually you are going to succeed. Every time you fail, you're getting closer to success, but be realistic, okay? Be optimistic, but also realistic. Be prepared for failure. When failure comes, and it will come, 95% of the time, you're prepared. You just understand, okay, another failure, so I'm getting closer to success. That's the mindset you need to have. If you don't have that, you will fail. And that's why 9 out of 10 people who try to start freelancing, they give up real quick. Just a couple months, they give up. Oh, I thought you had started freelancing. Yeah, I gave up. I'm just gonna go back to a normal job, boring 9-to-5 job. Not make a lot of money, flipping burgers, whatever. Just because you gave up. If you persist, if you have resilience, if you can keep going even when you fail, make sure you're doing the basics right and then keep going, keep going. You will succeed. There's nothing that can stop you if you keep going and do the basics right. And if you need help, leave a comment below or comment on my blog. I try to reply to every comment that is meaningful, obviously. I'm not replying to haters. Because I'm here to help you, okay? Because I've been on this path for a very long time. I can show you the right way to do it, okay? There's nothing that I can do to shortcut your success. I mean, there are some courses you can take. If you go to the courses page on my site, freelancegrowthacademy.com, there's a courses page. Those courses can really help you get there faster, because you're going to be learning directly from people who have a lot of experience. Not just myself, but other instructors that teach courses on my site. So yeah, they can help you shortcut your success, but still, there's a lot of work involved. A lot of work. Okay? It's not just a little work, it's a lot of work. But if you do it, the reward is guaranteed. Okay? You're going to make it. Just as long as you keep going, learn the basics, do everything right, you will succeed and you will have an amazing lifestyle like I do. I can live anywhere in the world, can travel whenever I want, I make very good money, I can make my own hours, I work with amazing clients that give me freedom to do whatever I want, as long as I'm bringing results. And life is great. But you need to be willing and prepared to fail. That's it for this video, and I see you in the next one. Hopefully a more positive video, but it is a message that needed to be shared. So I hope you understand it.